Hello. In this 1.21.1 KubeJS video, we're going to be going through how to change the food properties of various items. So, adding food. This includes adding food properties to existing items, adding food properties to items that were not designed to be foods, and also removing food properties of existing items. If you have any questions about this, feel free to comment. And also, I'm always looking for new video ideas. Comment with that, as I said, subscribe to the channel, turn notifications on. In addition, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel. They offer fantastic Minecraft server hosting. In addition, this also works with many other games. In regards to Minecraft, though, you can pre-install many mod packs, and they offer fantastic troubleshooting. In addition, you can host it. You can host your server from across many locations around the world. I'm always happy to promote the service. They provide excellent servers and help. So feel free to check out my affiliate link in the description below. That'll bring you to this website that I got the screenshot from. There's plenty of great information there that can help inform a possible purchase that aligns with your needs and budget. But now let's get into the video here. So we're going to be using the item events.modification event. This runs during KubeJS's item registry modification phase. So at this stage, items already exist in the registry, and we are mutating their properties before the server finishes loading. So this obviously does not create new items, but it modifies existing registered items, whether vanilla or modded. So we're going to pass in a handler, and then inside here we're going to be using the event.modify function. So this takes in two arguments. First is the ID, and then second is the callback. So again, the callback is a function that receives a mutable item builder in this case. So here we're going to modify a dandelion, and then we're going to call our internal scope variable item. So note, obviously by default a dandelion is not edible, but we're going to be converting it into a food item. So in here we need to do the item.setFood function. So this converts the item into a food item and then defines its food properties. This is different from 1.20.1. I made a similar video to this for 1.20.1, so feel free to check that out. But here, the syntax is a little different. Internally, this adds a food properties object to the item. If the item already has food properties, they are replaced by the variables that we specify. So we need to do curly braces here. The first thing we're going to modify is saturation. So we just do saturation. This is case sensitive. So saturation determines how much saturation the player gains. So saturation acts as a buffer before hunger drains again. So higher saturation is equal to hunger drains more slowly. So as a reference here, bread has a saturation modifier of 0.6, and steak has a saturation modifier of 0.8. And you can check out the wiki for other food items. That's a good resource as well. Note, in this example, we're going to set the saturation to 4. So note, in QJS, this is the final saturation value, not the multiplier used in vanilla. Our next argument here is going to be can always eat. So this is false by default, but if true, the item can be eaten even if the player is at full hunger. So this mimics behavior of golden apples, chorus fruit, etc. So if you don't want it to be always edible, don't even specify it. But here I want to, so I'm going to set can always eat to be equal to true. Next thing we're going to do is eat seconds. So eat seconds is the time required to finish eating in seconds, not ticks, but in seconds. So the default vanilla eating time is 1.6. So in this example, I'm going to set to 1.8 to make it slightly slower. Fourth thing we're going to do is nutrition. So nutrition is probably what you're thinking of. It's the specific amount of hunger points restored. So this is an integer. Note that one hunger icon, so the little meat stick thing, is equal to 2 nutrition. So in this case, I want a dandelion to give you a full shank of hunger, so I'm going to set that equal to 2, not 1. And then finally is another interesting thing. So suspicious stew, when you eat it, or other bowl items, you get the bowl back when you eat it. So this is how we can kind of use that functionality. So it's called using converts to. So when the item is fully consumed, it converts into another item. So again, as I said, mushroom stew or suspicious stew turns into a bowl. So in this case, let's just make it the same thing. So after eating a dandelion, the player receives a bowl. So we can just specify that here. So now we have a general example. Now let us remove food properties of an item. So there's not really a straightforward way to do this, but kind of the workaround I found is to just use the saturation, eat seconds, and nutrition values. So in this case, I want to make raw beef inedible, or raw steak, or whatever. So we do a similar thing. We specify an ID and also a handler. But inside here, we're also going to do item.setFood. But inside here, first, the saturation, let's just make it 0. And then next, after some experimenting, so if you don't want it to be editable, so eat seconds, I just made it 99,999. Doing this cancels the eating animation in general in my testing. So that's how I do that. And additionally, nutrition, I also set to 0. So this makes beef completely inedible. It doesn't give any nutrition. So that's how you would remove the food properties. Obviously, I didn't do an example of just tweaking something like an apple or a steak. You do the same thing. I highly recommend checking the wiki, and that will help you give you a baseline for you to tweak values if you want. So if you found this video informative, I would appreciate a like, comment with any questions. I'd be happy to make a follow-up video. If you're looking for a tutorial on 1.20.1, I made a video about that a while back, so feel free to check that out. In addition, please subscribe, turn on notifications, and finally, thank you to BisectHosting for supporting my channel. Otherwise, thank you for your time watching this video, and have a great day.